Hello everyone, and welcome back to Serious Sam 4, where today we will be playing Chapter 8. That one.
Americano, you fight on street like a good boy. I shoot from here. My old bones are no good for the close combat.
What is it about grannies that makes them so hard to disobey?
It's their old bones. Anyway, I'm walking away from this immediately. I don't want to deal with any of those shenanigans. Oh, I can actually jump over this. I'm vaguely surprised, because I'm assuming it's just all going to break down in that direction, and I don't want to be in that direction. Though this looks a lot like the previous level, I suppose, and I doubt they'll just fill it with all the same stuff once again, right? But at the same time, I am curious. If down here, interesting things suddenly lie. I think the lighting has changed, which is fair enough. The sky still looks very nice. The water looks prettier than I remember, which is odd. But then again, there is usually a good week in between these videos, so, you know, time passes and it gets a little bit confusing what things I have and have not seen. All I truly remember is, I only have to reload my sniper rifle. And that there's one of those blue things that talks to people over there again, so that's a little unusual. But I'm curious if new treasures have spawned. I feel like the water here has gotten lower since the last time, because I don't remember being able to actually stand on top of this. Maybe it's just in case people were able to, like, jump out in some weird way. Because now, but at the same time I can actually just jump out here now, and that wasn't possible before. And it does push me back every time I jump here. Like, I assume... Now, if I stand here, it's fine, but if I jump, I just immediately get lunged backwards. That's a little unusual. Was there on the other side of this the previous level? I don't know anymore. It's been too long. But I am curious if you could accidentally jump on top of that and just skip a whole bunch of stuff. But let's just pretend for a moment that I'm trying to play a video game like a human. It's an unusual situation for sure, but let's, for once, try and see if it brings us anywhere. Excellent. I have forgotten which perks I have. I've once again forgotten the button for switching between gadgets. I'll figure it out eventually, but this is how I flounder every single time. It's Z. Z for gadget. Of course it is. I easily could have known those things. There is some sort of purple reflection thing over yonder there, and I'm curious what that is all about. Because I don't actually see anything. Well, I see something purple over there, and it just keeps going that way. I think that's like some sort of mapping thing, which I've forgotten the name of, and I'm not even going to try to remember. But there's some pink things here, so that's nice. I'm happy I actually went down here. It's very visible through this barrel. But that's fair enough, I suppose. The purple is also visible on that side. Yeah, I assume that this is more or less just like scratch, an image that gets put on as like reflection, and that's just the reflection for the rest of the level, and that's fair enough. This is what they call video game techniques that I don't know enough about, so I'll stop talking about it now, because I'm going to get it wrong. Almost certainly. And I accept that, and I will just move on instead. Now there is still a chance that underneath the bridge there lies secret things and such. So I will just quickly check that out before I go over to my almost certain and inevitable death, but it doesn't look like there's anything over here. Nothing that I can see quite easily in any regard, so instead I will just make sure all my guns are reloaded. They were not. I got the dual wield pistol things, so that's good. I got my auto shotgun. Yeah, alright. Gonna put a quick save over here. Let's get this show on the road. Time to die. Alright, cool. I assume that if I jump in the water, I'll probably be fine, right? Because water seemed to be like a real tricky situation for the enemies the last time. But perhaps Grammy can also just deal with everything while I just sit here with my pistols and occasionally melee a thing. I mean, there are a lot of rockets here, so I assume at some point I'm gonna have to try a little harder. But I feel like jumping in the water Not a terrible strategy. I'm actually just really curious about this now. Yeah. But, like, actually, though. Because this was, like, just blowing their minds last time. These guys actually shoot, though, so that's, like, a bit more of an issue. But, like, they're not really moving towards me. Like, they are very much blocked by the idea of going into the water. Which is fair enough. Water gets pretty spooky. Especially for creatures that don't breathe and are made almost exclusively out of bones. Although this is a little bit more awkward now that they're underwater and are shooting at me, I suppose. So really... Oh god. There were so many. Alright, yeah. Let's not do that, because that's the worst thing I can think of to do. But, you know, it's good to know these things. Right, I did remember this. There we go. It was Zed again. I will just let Grammy deal with it for a second, but in a minute I'm gonna see if the Hollow Duke, how good is it again? I feel the strategy of jump in water is probably pretty effective, all things considered. Oh, they don't care about the Hollow Duke that much, huh? Well, they did a little bit. But they're very much in two minds about the whole thing. They don't seem to appreciate me too much. I'm not sure what Grammy's doing half the time, though. That one's concerning me a little bit, because I am sort of hoping her assistant is going to carry me through these tough times. Provided that the smoke also just makes it really hard to see anything that's going on in this fight. I will switch to the auto shotgun in a second, I think. Nah, you know what? Actually, let's just go down here again. This staircase thing, that's probably just going to put them in a straight line, right? Because they were pretty capable of going down the stairs earlier. I'm quick saving in the middle of this battle. You can't stop me. Like, where? Oh, they are all stuck on this bridge. Alright, cool. Somewhere along the line, they were like, you know what? He jumped down. That's a good enough strategy for me. We can see. We're done here. Grandma has stopped firing. I guess her ammo might be, like, she might be out of ammo. Like, she shot a whole bunch at the start, and the minigun ordinarily didn't really have the ammo to deal with this many enemies, I feel. Especially not clear skeleton. Oh.
Good work, Americano. I'm proud of you. I must go get my rocket launcher now. Here, you take Nonna's minigun. Careful, it is heavy.
Thanks, I've actually handled one of these before. By the way, how do I get to the Vatican?
Oh, it's easy. Go around the castello and then turn left through the park. Go straight ahead, and there you can find Papa Mobile.
I'm not sure that's my kind of ride.
Silly boy. Is the new Papa Mobile. Il Papa have it made all special. You see, he's good. Now go.
I saw that one in the trailer. I've seen that one. They really advertised that one pretty hard. It was pretty much impossible to miss. But let's see. Maybe I misremember. I'm just ignoring the fact that I have a minigun at this point to just shoot more rockets at these clear skeletons, because I realized just how many rockets were actually waiting for me at the start there. Although I do have 1,000 bullets, I guess I can shoot a couple with the minigun, I guess. Because it's not like it's not a fun weapon. Oh, jeez. Is this truly necessary, though? This is like a whole line. This is like Space Invaders types of numbers. Which I guess maybe they were trying to go for, given the type of enemy that it is, but still. Do I wish to circle, or do I just wish to run towards a direction? I don't really know what the best strategy for this is. My heart tells me to just switch to the shotgun and shoot them one by one very slowly, but the fact that I just got a minigun, and all these guys seem to be dying quite rapidly against this weapon, it just makes it a lot more fun, but I'm guessing this also works quite well, yeah. There's no real need to use something like a minigun against these idiots, because they just die so quickly. Also, supposedly you can ride just about everything in this game, not just big enemies, as long as you actually get behind them. And someone actually managed to ride one of these, and I'm curious how you would go about doing that, because I feel like you'd have to position it very carefully. At the same time, I'm concerned that if you actually manage to ride one of these, that it would inevitably just sort of, you know, stay on the ground the moment you actually sit on top of it. So I don't know. Because I can't jump that high. But I guess if you get on top of one of these things, you could probably get high enough. You could probably intercept it as it's flying over, and that way you could maybe do some cool stuff. I don't know. Either way, we have a minigun now, and that's always a good time to be in during a serious Sam experience. So that's nice. Let us continue on. We are going in the right direction, it seems. We have only died once in the first 5 minutes of the level. And most of that was just because I died immediately to the first wave of enemies. Because I was trying to be an idiot and it didn't work out, which, that's how it is. That's how it goes. I can't really stop myself from such choices. Where should I go? I feel like that area is like calling for me. But then if I go in this direction, it's also calling for me and saying it's the right direction. I just don't know. Another skill point immediately. That is surprising. Usually these things take a while, but I guess I'll take it. So many choices. But dual-wielding two-handed weapons does seem pretty great. Apparently, running and being able to reload at the same time is also pretty good, but I don't know how well it's gonna work when you're me and you are set in your ways. But also I got used to pressing G for this gun. But also, this doesn't count as a two-handed weapon, are you sure? Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess I actually need to, that might count as a heavy weapon. And I'll need to level up that side of the skill tree a little bit harder to get to that, and that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I guess I understand it, because having two auto shotguns would probably just about destroy anything. So it's like, I guess I see your point of view, but still I'm a little bit disappointed about it all. Good news though, we haven't gone out of bounds yet, so that's new. That's a pretty great experience. I mean, I guess in the previous level it did take a while, and it did require a little bit of cunning as well before we actually managed to just leave. We had to use an item and everything. Maybe without the item it's possible as well. I just don't know. I just don't know. Is there going to be a secret here? I also just don't know. There's really no good way to tell outside of just going there. I don't think I see anything this time around, but there's also a good chance I just missed it, you know? Perhaps I just walked past something. I have seen myself miss a couple of secrets so far, so it wouldn't surprise me too much. This is a nice ladder, though. It's even nicer than I originally anticipated. This seems very missable. Doesn't look like I can really get on top of this, though, but still, it's nice. Would you look at that? Is that the first ladder we've seen? I actually don't fully remember. Man. What an exciting revelation. We may have seen the first ladder of Serious Sam 4. Unless if it isn't, because I'm misremembering. Either way. Two very exciting possibilities. I will not ponder upon it any further and will instead try and leave this place. Actually go to this Pope Mobile. In whichever direction the game wants me to go, which is apparently any direction. Although I'm not sure if this one counts. This seems like the wrong direction somehow. Yeah, okay, this actually is a dead end. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. This doesn't open. There's actually nothing inside there, so that works out. Glass is indestructible. Okay. But can I get on this? This seems reachable, surely. Maybe using a grenade on shotgun to launch myself up a little bit. Doesn't work in this game, but still, it's a nice dream. Like, I'm willing to use another one of the truth serums or whatever it's called, but I don't wanna immediately use it, you know? There we... Okay, this is actually pretty well covered by an invisible wall, but when I say pretty well covered, I mean that thing at the front is probably not solid. I think I actually saw myself go through it, but I will just in case, making 100% sure that this is not Yeah, okay, that's go through. Okay, okay. Fair enough. I guess I will leave this place alone for now. But I'm keeping my eye on you, Serious Sam 4, the fourth one, with your accidentally glowing arrows because I pressed the C button instead of crouch, with this floating crate just sitting here like it's nothing. You ever just make your screen flash accidentally by pressing C? C for flashy? That's right. No parking! I will not stand for this. Okay. I can park my butt on these benches. It's just a nice little area we got going on here. Look at this. Isn't this nice? It's lovely. Lovely is what this is. What is that? Is that minigun ammo? Yeah, that's likely. Okay, let's just keep going. Onwards to our next death. May it come swiftly and not halfway through the fight and I have to redo half of it, because I'm lazy. I will just carefully pick up all the ammo I can find before running to inevitable disaster. Because look at how big this place is. There's no way they're not going to cover this entire place up with filth that I have to destroy. I can smell it from here. This is a really big place, actually. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Almost certainly any of these corners can contain some sort of wacky secret. A single health power-up spawning a million foes. Cool stuff, you know, any of those things. Will I check every corner? Maybe. Possibly on purpose, possibly by running in circles by accident. It's always hard to tell, because I do get lost very easily. A minimap would probably help me out quite a lot, but I don't know. Would a minimap really fit in this game? I don't know if it would. Would it hurt? As an option? Probably not. Would it be a lot of extra effort for a lot of people that don't want to use a minimap? I can't judge these things. I don't know how things are made. Not gonna worry about that stuff, and instead I'll just be on my way. Weird rock. Like very out of place rock. But not that out of place, apparently. It's not a secret rock. It's just an unusual one. Sticking to the corners. There we go. Now it's all garbage. So apparently you can ride these too if you really wanted to. Yep. I managed for a second there, and that's good enough for me. But I am a little bit concerned that my death is impending, due to the amount of kamikazes trying to reach my current location. Although, I don't know, so far this is going alright. A lot of them are dying because of the explosions and such. And there is a lot of room here, but then the Nars are there and they always catch me off guard, so I'm a little bit concerned about that too. But there is also a lot of minigun ammo, and they just give me a minigun, and it probably implies that it's time for me to play around with said minigun and have fun and not die on my first encounter with said minigun, you know? It is hypothetically possible. Go there. Good luck with that, everyone. God, every single gadget in this game is so powerful. Even the like non-gadgety gadget ones that are like this, that are just sort of moving around for just a split second, and that's just a whole group of enemies dead. Like, how good is that? This is some classic serious Sam shenaniganry though, I'll give you that much. But I am a little bit concerned that I'm about to die due to running out of terrain to run into. This is quite a lot. Yeah, oh, I got stuck on something. That usually means inevitable doom. Oh, good God, no. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so far I've learned that riding on top of the explosive enemies, not that effective, because there's a lot of kamikazes here and they die just about instantly. But you can get on the back of them and they do have their little vomit attack that you can use, so that's fine. But at the same time, this is just a really large amount of kamikazes. And there's not as much room as I originally anticipated. It seems like a much bigger area than it really is. Maybe it's just the sheer amount of stuff that you're having to deal with in this place. Although I guess maybe I didn't do the full circle every single time. I'm not sure. It's a tricky one though, I'll tell you that much. don't fully care for the amount of stuff that's here. I'm gonna actually just use my thing again. Run away. Yeah, they'll just go their own life, and that's pretty great for me, actually. The Holosam is a great way of dealing with any shenanigans that is getting way too close to comfort. I will just quickly use one of these as well. You know what? I'm gonna... maybe not that one just yet. That seems a little bit overkill for a bunch of kamikazes, given the fact that I have a minigun at my disposal and a whole bunch of ammo. But it would probably work. I don't fully remember what item that is, though. Like, is that the... It doesn't look like a black hole. So it probably actually isn't a black hole. What is this, actually? Bunch of toxic... Yes. Does seem to do the job quite well, though. Not exactly sure what it's doing, but it made a whole bunch of enemies stop going towards me, and that seems good. One alt. I'm pressing Z. There we go. Nah, that might not have been necessary thinking about it, but you know what? Sometimes you make choices you regret. You learn to live with it. Do I really need every gadget all the time? Probably not. There we go. Does this work? Not really. I don't think I'm really dealing damage to these enemies right now. Oh, it made everything gooey. There we go. Let's deal with these enemies like this instead. Ooh, minigun also gets headshots. I mean, that's, I guess, expected with all the other weapons doing it as well, but it's still a nice little surprise every time, you know? There's a biomechanoid there, which I can use. A little bit tougher to ride, but once you get on top of it, you got a whole bunch of rockets at your disposal, so that's nice. I'm trying to actually run towards that minigun ammo over there, but it's not... It's apparently not super easy to ride a bull. I have 1 health with my bull. That's not great. That's not what you want to see. I don't exactly have the ammo for this. Yeah, there we go. I guess I should probably be shooting the rockets a little bit more than I am. Especially because I'm running out of ammo soon. But I get scared, you know? I get a little bit frightened every now and then. I don't want to deal with that, with the fear. That's way too many rockets. Whatever. It's okay. It auto-saved by itself. As I guess is an auto-save. We did it, everyone. We probably used the gadget too many there, but you know what? I managed to use my weird little toxic grenade or whatever it was. Which I originally thought was a black hole, which doesn't really make any sense because there's really no indication that it would be. And it's also nice that there were some sniper bullets there in case I wanted to just stop moving for a while and shoot the 1 million kamikazes one by one instead of trying to destroy them all at a moment's notice. It seemed like a pretty good idea at the time. I just decided not to do it. And really, that's on me. I could have easily changed my mind there and been like, you know what, death sounds nice. But I didn't. Although I did die twice in this fight, so you know what, fair enough. I've made choices that I do not stand behind because they led to my death. Therefore, not the best choice in the world. You never know when a statue's gonna lead to cool stuff, so you gotta blow them all up, you know? And I try. I try all the time to blow them all up. And so frequently it leads to nothing. And that's why I sometimes stop trying or forget. And any time that I didn't try, I'll just put it under that, you know, what, like, you know, the demotivation of the world led me to not destroy that statue, and hopefully y'all understand. And accept it as a truthful reason for my actions. Not every time I will need to destroy a statue, but sometimes. When there's suddenly an enemy inside it. Apparently one of the earlier levels when I was destroying statues that had a bunch of enemies come out of it, apparently that was like beta tester statues or something like that, probably like community statues. What is that? That is a black hole. That one's actually for real. That's a proper one. I need to deal with that in any second I get. Surprised I'm only just here now, actually.
What is the shadow plane?
That's a very good question. I got an achievement for destroying that one. It's probably something like destroy 10 of these things. But I did it. I hope y'all are proud of me and my achievements in the video game Serious Sam 4. And I hope I can find a way to actually get this black hole, because I want it. Because that doesn't work, and really that was my main idea. Plan 2 is somehow getting on top of this thing, but I'm not really sure how viable that one's going to be. It doesn't look too easy, but it also doesn't look impossible with the terrain around me. Oh. There we go. Just pick it up through the wall. It's fine. A rocket cannot go through, but a rocket is bigger than my arm, probably. I guess these rockets are pretty big. Well, are these rockets pretty big? I'm holding. Isn't there like a third-person view button? I actually forgot what I set, because I think I set a different button as something else, and I got all confused by the buttons. There we go. Like... yeah. Yeah, those look pretty big, actually. Those rockets could actually be roughly the size of my arm. Serious Sam's arm, I suppose. Not specifically my arm, but... yeah, there you go. That's another mystery solved that everyone was probably very curious about the answer. Another mystery solved is whether or not that specific box was destructible. Before you know it, there's just no more mysteries to solve about the video game Serious Sam 4. And I look forward to having solved them, uncovered them all. Every single one of them. That guy's indestructible. I'm gonna call that one another mystery solved in the book. And move on. That's too many mysteries in a row. Gotta keep a little bit of suspense. I was just having a good time walking. I guess that's where the "I'm walking here" line comes from, because people were just minding their own business. Suddenly battle music starts playing, you have to pay attention to something that's not a wall. Because the music's still playing. Like, what up with that? I'm busy here. Where did he go? I got 2 knives in a dream. That's what I thought. Who else wants to ruin my day? Sounds like a minor biomechanoid, yeah. If you could just come outside real quick, I have an experiment to do, thank you. I just need you to not be stuck on a wall. That's really the main thing. Oh. Right, okay. I'll get back to you in a second, I suppose. God, can you just leave me alone? I'm trying to have some fun here. And instead it just puts a whole bunch of enemies at my disposal. Do you think that's off of a melee attack? They do, wow. Look at you. I guess that's how I would ride you. Hang on, I'm just quick saving. Actually, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here, because I felt like there was something about these doors, but I think I was just looking at them weirdly. As I often do. Look, rockets. Oh, grenades on shotgun, sorry. Nah, that's probably nothing. Alright, let's go die to this guy. He's meleeing nothing, it seems. Can you shoot me? Yeah, there you go. Alright, he just stopped. He's done. Oh god, no, he's not. I wanted it. I wanted it real bad. Destroy this man. There we go. We're gonna take it slow. We're gonna have a nice little view. And we're just gonna see if we can make our way through this place like this. I mean, I'm almost inside the ceiling. That's pretty good. Now I can see stuff like this. I think I saw something there, actually. Yeah, that. Oh, it's. I guess I'm pretty close to the actual main mission then, huh? Because this is probably too high. Yeah, it is. Alright. It broke. I don't know what happened. I'm at 12 health. That's probably fine, right? Because this is probably going to be the thing.
Oh, yes! Thanks, crazy old Italian lady, and thank you, Mr. Pope!
Very Talos principle music.
And on the 8th day, the Lord gave unto Sam a mech, and it was good.
Get to the main Vatican Library. Alright.
Oh, pretty.
I'm concerned about this. I'm not gonna lie. Vehicle sections have a tendency to come in like two ways, right? You got your overly easy and impossible ones. There's rarely something in between, and that concerns me a little, I'm not gonna lie.
All systems ready. Let God sort them out.
Let God sort them out. Left shift is dash. Space is grenade shower. I don't know why I'm showering these grenades. Oh, on me. Okay, cool. I'm not sure if I'm actually using ammo with that. I think it's just going. Alright, cool. Ooh, that's fun movement.
Oh, yes! Thanks, crazy old Italian lady, and thank you, Mr. Pope!
I'm fairly sure you already said that, but maybe I just accidentally touched that trigger again or something. I'm trying to dash again, but it's not letting me. Probably because I'm stuck on the thing. Am I trying to get out of bounds already with this thing? I mean, let's be honest. I gots to. I mean, like, I'm just, like, vaguely climbing some of these buildings, and I gots to know. Can I get on top of one of these? It does look like I actually need my leg to cooperate with that, unfortunately, and I don't think that one's gonna happen. Because sometimes when it's, like, slightly too high, it's like, I don't know about this. Oh, oh god, okay. Let's try it again. Ooh, yeah, you get bounced away from this thing when you try to get your legs near it. So that's fun. Oh yeah, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. I gots to know. Is it possible? I'm like stuck on this building. No, I'm not. Alright. Alright, get back in place. Just leisurely climb. Like, you'd think I'd be on top of it by now, right? But I'm not. Alright, in 27 minutes from now, I'll actually play the game. But for now, I'm having fun with this. God, do you remember, like, the swing from San Andreas? This is like it. It just makes you go, and that is always a good time. But it doesn't look like I can go all the way up, even if I'm crossing my legs like this. It is rare that you can actually see your legs in a serious sound game, though. You really need to get into a mech to be able to do that, apparently. And I'm trying to just really make... Like, I feel like if I combine the dash with touching this thing, I can really get going somewhere. Because I'm already on top of this building right now, just through sheer force of will. Like, I feel like I'm floating. Like, I'm going up a bit as well. But this thing, like, it just throws you. Like, just give me... It's 26 more minutes, I promise. That's all the fun I need with this thing. But that is... Yeah, that's how long these things take, unfortunately. Give or take 27 minutes every single time. That's why recording any level of this game takes so long. Because every now and then, I'll come across a swing set, or a wall, or a door that looks a bit unusual, and I'll get stuck again for the next 20 minutes, because I'll have to be able to know, can I dash into this thing in such a weird way that it just sends me flying up somewhere? And oftentimes the answer was yes. The moment I, like, even turn. The moment I even turn into the blue thing there. My hitbox is like, oh, you're not supposed to be touching this. Don't be crazy now. I'm trying to jump, but I accidentally pressed the throw grenades all over your body button instead. It's the same button. But I think it's time to go. I think I just clipped through myself. That's always good. Let's just try and see if we can actually play a video game in just a second. We can destroy the lamps with this thing. That's good to know. Can we destroy cars, though? I guess the cars are already pretty destroyed as they are. Okay. You know what? Let's try this. Let's be a good boy and actually destroy some aliens for once. I say to myself as I'm curious what would happen if I messed around with this a little. Never give me a toy. I get lost and confused. I just want to use this as my skateboard ramp and instead just fly through, you know? Like, what if I shoot that one first instead? Because I assume that after a while of shooting it, it will just break, right? Or do I actually have to press the spacebar to be like, yes, I have realized that I have to press that? No, it does destroy them. And then if I were to destroy the one all the way in the back over there. Welcome to my thought process. This takes another 27 minutes before we actually play the game again. But I'm also curious if I can just nudge my way through this thing, you know? Alright, never mind. We're pressing the spacebar. Really? Would have thought that would have been enough, but apparently you need a couple of these. Maybe it's just not a very strong attack. Like, is this still solid now? It is. Oh, and it has similar properties as the previous thing, but now it's actually making me play the game. Don't know why they always, like, interrupt the gameplay with these weird sequences where you actually have to, like, shoot your guns. Like, what is up with that? I really don't know what the strat here is, but I do see, like, a wall there, and that one's... It's really, really distracting to me. Also, I can't really see my crosshair, I guess, but that's just a me thing. It's, like, right in the middle. It's more, like, part of the window, I suppose, and that's why it's a little bit hard to see. What? Where? There's like one enemy left. There he is. Oh, he explodes when he dies as well, huh? Let me just... Oh, I'm stepping on my own 2 feet. Ah, no. But yeah, the fun thing is, any one of these like wall things that you can blow up seems to have some magical properties that let you fling around yourself a bit. That's always fun. Like my legs are always going. And I feel like if I just believe in myself and occasionally like turn around a bit, because I think this thing is not ready for like doing a turn, because it's really trying to adjust the way the robot is looking every time you turn. And as I'm like clipping through this wall here, it's doing its best to try and stop me from taking this robot to my own adventures. But I just feel like it would be a very fun way to traverse the lands, you know? I don't specifically mean these lands, I mean any other land other than this one, because this is my kind of ride that I need to traverse the large place. But it doesn't look like I can very easily. Like, they did a pretty good job on this, honestly, all things considered. It's surprisingly difficult to just leave the map with this giant robot, and I would have thought, given how janky it is, that it would have happened by now, but it hasn't. That surprises me, so, you know, fair enough. Credit where credit's due. You did a good job of making a big old wall here. You could arguably say a better job than in most other levels, but then, look, there is potential here, okay? This is why it takes 28 minutes. Every single time, because every time, like, look at that. The moment I'm dashing and I'm in the air, you just go. You go and you can't stop yourself. And I got to know if there is any... Hang on. Actually, you know what? Just real quick, just making sure, checking out this place one more time before I actually play the game again. Yep. That stuff, yes. Let me just... Like, what happens? Like, I feel like I'm not always that high up in the air, but I am. Like, this is just a really big thing. I'm starting to realize. This thing's just huge. I don't know. Let's just try and continue. There has got to be a way. If there is not a way to get this robot in a silly place, then I would be very surprised. Because look at this place. It's filled to the brim with stuff and things. You can break a lot of stuff with it, which is fair enough, I suppose. But then you got little buildings like this, and if you can stand on a little building like that, which I don't think you can, not easily at least, and surely there must be a way to accidentally squeeze through like a couple walls here and there, and before you know it, you're in the Wild West. And I'm excited about that life. Like, is this tiny wall really gonna stop this massive robot? The answer to that may not surprise you. Oh my god. Like, I'm trying my best here with this little robot that is definitely also trying its best to just go through some buildings here and there. And if I'm just turning real slowly, maybe if I turn quicker, maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's the thing I haven't tried out enough yet. If I just turn real quick all the time, I'll start going up like a helicopter. Yeah, that's probably the secret. That's probably the secret. That's what it is. You know what? Maybe they just made a really good part. Maybe they just did some good work on making this place a little bit more stronger than the other places. But I'm not willing to believe it just yet. I am not there yet. I've not given up that much. I always believe that there's always a chance for shenaniganry. How are you still alive? How much damage am I dealing, actually, though? It does seem like the answer to that question is like a lot. But I do get stuck as well. But stuff is dying quite rapidly. But if there is not a way to heal up, I assume my robot days are gonna end pretty swiftly here. Because I am taking a lot of damage. I don't know if I should be shooting these rocket guys first, because I think they are like the main source of damage that I'm taking right now. Maybe if I just leave, I'll just regenerate a bit, like in the other robot games, like Halo. Yeah, there you go. Alright, attempt number 2. Let's just quickly deal with the robot boys first this time around, because I'm curious if that was like the main source of damage I was taking there. And if not taking care of those guys is actually a really big problem. Which I guess wouldn't overly surprise me. But it's so hard to see what I'm shooting at here. If I just go all the way back, because I can just dash forward anytime I want. I got no reason to be in a rush. But not taking all the damage from every rocket in the world does seem to be quite effective. It does feel like the whole grenade barrage thing gets a little bit useless though if you have to actively walk away from the main thing that deals damage to you. Plus these minigun things seem to be doing the job okay. Provided that I hit a shot, you know? That's the only downside to that plan. Like I actually need to hit a shot from time to time. And then you got this stupid helicopter which is actually hitting everything. And I assume that other helicopter to my left is going to do a similar thing to that as well. Oh, there's a couple of them. But again, miniguns seem to be doing okay. Provided that I can actually see what I'm shooting at. Try to jump. Every time I try to jump, you can see me shooting a whole bunch of grenades. So that's more or less your visual representation of what's he doing at this present moment. Frequently he's jumping. Very frequently. There is a lot of planes which are actually a problem now, which is new. It's a new situation to be in, as it hasn't been the case in any other part in this game. I do kind of need that helicopter to be dead though, because that one's hitting a lot more than any other enemy in this world. But having the sun like right behind the building there, I guess that could be you could call that the Vatican. That's my main enemy right now. All these other things, like, I don't think they even have the range to hit me. It seems to be stopping every time they, like, get close to that wall there. So that's a little unusual. Anyway, this attempt seems to be going a little bit better. There is still battle music going on, and that worries me a bit. It's like enemies like you, I guess. I don't think I can actually shoot these rockets, but I might be able to dodge them with the dash. Yeah. That works pretty well. I'm a little bit concerned about my health though. That one, it goes down quite rapidly for something called the Pope Mobile. I assumed that the Pope would heal us every now and then, but it's just not happening. I guess there's the possibility that the Pope is actually dead in this game. I haven't seen him yet. Plus I'm in his car, that's usually never a good sign. I feel like the Pope wouldn't borrow me his car immediately. Maybe Sam, I guess? It's happening to me. I got a little bit inside out there. Like I'm feeling... there is so much shenanigan possibility though. Like look at this. How am I not clipping through walls left and right when I can just go inside out almost? Very surprising. Very surprising how solid this thing is actually behaving. Given that it's also at the same time super jank. How is it combining those two things so well? I don't fully know. I don't pretend to be the kind of person that truly understands this world, but I pretend to be the person that at least tries to break it from time to time, and I'm struggling real hard today. Surprising. But I will say that this thing is quite a lot of fun to drive, but if I'm not getting any health at any point, I assume that I just do not have the health to deal with stuff right now, and that's concerning me a little bit. Anytime there's a fight, I feel like I have to back off real quick, because I just cannot really take the damage right now. Let me just shoot a whole bunch of rockets in that direction. Hopefully one of them won't hit that wall. I think at least one of them didn't hit that wall there, so that's good. Also, I'm not sure how to reload the rockets, like, other than just using them all. The, like, minigun stuff reloads by itself, but I can't actually press, like, R or anything to reload this thing. So, I don't know. Plus, I would be surprised if there's not any secrets in this place, because it's like a big old place where you're riding a robot around. Surely there's, like, a secret target practice or something like that. Secret Ugzan that you can, like, do a mech fight with, like, stuff like that. That's not here, I'd be very surprised. Not immediately disappointed, just a little surprised, so. Like there's this nice little roof thing. Is this what you'd call a patio? Also just noticed the cross at the very top of this robot. I hadn't noticed that until now. Yeah. I don't think I can get in there. I'm giving up quicker now. Well, I think I might actually be reaching my destination soon, because that looks like a pretty destination type place. But I've had my fun. I had a good time with this thing. With mostly just like how ridiculous it is, but still, it was a lot of fun. We had some moments. Can I perhaps clip through some of these buildings? Because I feel like a cutscene is going to start any second now. Yeah, there we go. Isn't this guy in Resident Evil?
What the hell?
I got all my health back. That's good. I'm just gonna shoot the head, I think, and occasionally I'll just dash. I feel like that's a pretty sound strategy, right? If I don't get hit by a bunch of like building parts, that's probably what I want.
What am I, a Japanese schoolgirl?
I get it, because of the tentacles. It was a classic joke. I wonder if I have to shoot anything other than his head, because this seems to be doing a lot of damage to him. And he's not dealing as much damage to me, so that seems positive. Although, if he's just hiding behind his little tentacles, that's not good. Oh no, he's doing the worst thing possible. He's summoning more dudes. That's never fun. Every time I fight a boss, I'm like, God, I wish this guy would just summon a bunch of random crap all over the place. That would really just make my day. This fight's not the same without random Steve just sitting around, like, blowing up my nonsense. Do you eat cosmic horror for breakfast, though? Like, actually. Because I'm a little bit frightened. I'm like, I mean, I guess that's the point of the extra enemies and stuff, but... you know? Just... So now I'm ignoring all the stuff that's inevitably at my feet. I should just press space every now and then, huh? That will actually probably deal with most of the issues that I'm having with this fight. By just ignoring that part of the fight entirely. I'm taking a lot of damage from a dead boss.
Okay, let's get that book. What did Father Mikhail say? Find the statue of Saint... what was it? John? Paul? Ringo? George! Right. Now, turn to... what the hell is a sigil anyway? I don't even... screw it. This should do it.
The fuck?
Found it!
You did it. That was a surprisingly short level. Playing time 42 minutes? That seems like a Wow, I guess this recording is only 51 minutes. What? That's weird. That's actually really surprising. That was alright. I mean, I got to ride a giant robot and I didn't manage to go out of bounds with it, which is surprising to me. I did fly around a little bit with it, probably more than I should have. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty fun. I don't like the subtitles of this game because it keeps like mingling cutscene subtitles with lines that are being said outside of the cutscene itself, and it kind of makes it very impossible to like read what's going on, but fair enough. I'm just going to call it a day there. This was Chapter 8. Next time we play, we're going to play Chapter 9 of Breakfast in France, and I have been told that France is going to be my jam. So if that one's going to be like 3 hours long, then... well, that's just on me, I guess. Hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.